Have you ever felt frustrated, overwhelmed, or stuck wasting time in admin instead of growing, leveraging, and scaling your business? Then this podcast is for you. Welcome to Delegate to Elevate, the podcast that's all about handing off what you don't need to do so you can focus on what you do best. So here's your host, Bonnie Schutz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Delegate to Elevate. Get done. I'm Bonnie Schutz, your host. And today I have a friend and colleague I am so humbled to have on board as a guest today. Her name is Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Jessica Trueblood is a part strategist, part creative powerhouse, and 100% obsessed with turning big ideas into profitable programs. As founder of True Leadership Company, she helps thought leaders, coaches, and executives get the expertise out of their heads and into the world without the overwhelm. With over 20 years in learning and development and a master's degree in education, Jessica blends instructional design expertise with a sharp business strategy to create programs, not programs that actually get results. When she's not mapping out someone's next big idea, she's running her Etsy shop. Ooh, I do have some of those here in my office. Designing Airbnbs or plotting her next creative venture. Jessica's here to prove you can scale your impact and have fun doing it, just like I do. Welcome,
Yay.
my friend.
Thank you. So good to be here. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
me.
I'm glad you finally are on the show. We've been talking about it for a bit, and I'll
I
give
was
a
putting
little
you
bit of
off.
background. This is awesome. You put me off. Yes, you did, by the way. No, I'm kidding.
She couldn't.
Jessica and I got acquainted kind of randomly. We were both approached, I suppose, through a LinkedIn DM from a publication house. Is that what you call them? A publishing house. There you go. A
Publishing house.
publishing
Yep.
house out of Australia. We are both in the US, and we both just said yes to being part of a multi-authored book called Corporate Dropouts. So there you go. Both of us are corporate dropouts in our second acts of life and doing the thing. And so we got acquainted through there. I pulled her into my second act women group, and a couple other ladies were in that book with us. We all have connected, and we have exceeded our expectations with each other. I made a great referral for Jessica, and I referred
Yes,
her
you
to one of
did.
my clients, and we've been able to work together now, a little bit here and there. So it's been great. So I'm just super excited, and I always use the word excited, and I overuse that word. Why my mental brain can't think of a different word, I don't know. I'm like,
Exciting it's a
stoked.
great word.
Stoked. How about stoked? That sounds like a good one
Stoked.
to me. I am stoked, man. Amen. I am of
Dope.
that age group. So, Fast Times at Ridgemont High kind of people.
Yes.
Anywho, I digress. But tell us, Jessica, a little bit more about yourself, where you started, and how you got to where you are now in helping people delegate their minds to true
Right?
leadership. Did you like how I did that?
Yes. True. I know. I put my last name in all. I have a lot of businesses, as I'll tell you in a minute, but I put my last name in all of them. So
Awesome.
that's one.
Love
I
it.
don't know. I put True in almost all my business names. Yeah. So I've done a lot of things. I did the corporate thing for a long time, and really at the time it was a really good fit for me, and then it became less of a fit for me, right? The with For a lot of reasons. And I left my corporate job. It was during the pandemic. Actually, we were still in the throes of the pandemic, and I had a couple of side hustles that I built up that were more at that time more than my full-time income.
Wow.
And so yeah. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. So I left a perfectly good, well-paying, sort of like a director level job. And I don't think anybody really understood what I was doing, including like my parents and my friends were like, okay, good luck. And I've had a couple of businesses going at the same time. And while I really liked, my former career was in learning and development. So it was a lot of uh, creating content and really helping organizations get good at um, taking some of the really good knowledge, right? People's knowledge, and putting it into programs. So whether that be like an online program or a leadership program. So I really liked that, but I just didn't want to do it the way that I was doing it previously as an employee. So I kept a couple of freelance clients and was working with that referral you gave me. And then I decided, like everybody, Bonnie, I just wanted to pivot. Why
I
not?
call it
Every couple of
swivel.
years,
No, I'm on the
time to
swivel.
pivot. And I had a business that I am in the process of selling. So I was able to finally like find a new home for that.
Hmm.
And now I'm really interested in working with coaches and thought leaders, speakers and authors, people that really rely on their gold, their coaching content, or really their brand is in their head, right?
Yeah.
So that's who I love working with entrepreneurs, Bonnie. I think entrepreneurs are fun, and they're a little bit wacky. I know, like we are, right? And you're not really ever sure. Like, they
Absolutely.
have such great ideas and their energy, and I love working with entrepreneurs. So that's where I'm right now. Is I am in the process of launching this sort of new part of my True Leadership business, which is working with thought leaders and coaches on getting all that gold out of your head so that you can grow your business without having to get on more Zoom calls,
I love that. So
right?
one thing we
Because
do use as a term
yeah.
on this show is golden nuggets. So I love that you just said a gold.
Oh,
Get
get the
them
gold
golden rocks
nuggets.
out of
Yes.
your head and turn them into nuggets of wisdom and get
Get that
somebody to
out.
help
Yes.
you do that stuff so you don't have to figure it out yourself. That's kind of bottom line, right? It's delegating your mind and getting all that out of there. Delegate your mind to somebody that likes to do what you want to do and knows how to do it better than you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think there's a lot of coaches, and you probably talk to these folks, executives, where you get to a certain level and you don't want to admit that you don't know how to do something. And so, like, a
Me?
client that I have doesn't want to admit that he didn't know the first thing about these online systems,
Right?
running courses, and that's okay. You don't have to know.
No.
You are so good at what you do. Let someone else who's been doing this for 20 years help you get that knowledge and put it in a like adult learning package, and
Yeah.
here you go, so that you can go sell it versus you trying
Yeah.
to do it yourself and
Yeah. Imagine
wasting
how long it
time.
would take me to do what you do.
Right.
It would take me
Well, yeah,
forever.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have
just
that kind
there.
of time. Yeah.
The different skill set is like, find a partner, someone that can really get into the gold of your brain and pull
Yes.
out all the information that needs to go wherever it needs to go, right? We figure out where it goes, and then we
Mhm.
help you put it into a program that you can scale with.
Absolutely. And I bet you have a bunch of people that you use to kind of help you with the full entire process. Like I'm just guessing, like a design person that helps them design brands things, marketing people or something that you can pull out of your pocket to help pull onto that full
Absolutely.
entire vision. And
Right.
that just speaks to somebody like that person that we will say unnamed because I didn't get his
Yep.
permission to say it.
Nope.
Um, but the fact that he works with me, works with you, and he works with at least 5 other people, it's
Yeah.
like he's so smart in doing that because it just opened up his time to live in his world where he shines, and
Hmm.
that's what I want to do. I'm getting there
Yeah.
slowly but surely
We're getting there
because I
too.
do
Well,
know
I
how to
mean,
delegate.
and
It's
and
all about
maybe you're a good candidate for down the road, one of sessions with me where you're
absolutely.
you know you're maxed out, you're doing your one-on-one work, or you're working with clients or whatever, and in order to scale or make more money, you have to deliver more, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is, this client that I have. In order to make more money, you have to deliver more. What if you want to go out of town? What if you want to go to Europe? What if you need to take some
Yeah.
time off for aging parents, and you can't work during that
Absolutely.
time? You don't
Yeah.
make money during that time.
No, that's scary.
So,
And that's
it
scary.
is
So you
scary.
help take the scare out of that kind of stuff. So thank you for
Absolutely.
helping people like me do that. And that is so valuable. And I'm just going to drop that for a minute. Help take the scare out. The scare out
Hmm.
of stepping away, the scare out of tending to your family's needs, or the scare out of being being able to take a sick day because you're sick and you think, oh, I work from home, I'm going to have to work anyway.
Hmm.
But if you had a support system and it's getting you closer and closer to your goal without you having to do anything, that seems like a no-brainer to me. But
Yeah. Without you having to work twice as much and do twice as many client calls, what if you did
yeah.
less client calls and you could
Oh,
still serve a lot of people?
and there's
It
so many
was,
people that do that and they are the smart ones. They are the billionaires out there and
yeah,
they didn't get there on their own. You know that, right? I mean, like, come
right.
on, people. They have a team. And I mean, but how do you, I don't like to use the word sell. How can, or convince, how do you
Vince.
encourage someone that's interested in your services to take the plunge? Just give it a shot. Like, what might
Hmm.
you help them wrap their heads around besides what we've
I
already
mean,
obviously spoken about?
yeah. I mean, I think I selling is hard. I like to ask a lot of questions. So on we, I encourage anyone, let's get on a call and see where you are in your business and what it is that you do, because we're
Hmm.
not always going to be a fit.
Right.
You have to already, to me, you have to already be at the stage of your coaching business or whatever, where you have the gold in your brain and you're already serving clients, right? And
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have perhaps a wait list. You're like, you are booked and you have a wait list for clients that want to pay you, but you don't have any more time. So, right, you're maxed out, or you have,
Yeah.
oh, I have this wait list and people are waiting to be with me one-on-one or whatever. So we would get on a call. I would just ask a lot of questions, Bonnie, and
That's
start asking,
amazing. That's
what is
perfect.
it that what do you do right now and how do you serve clients? And really, there's that, you get to the point where you start to hear the pain points when you're trying to help someone solve a problem. And ultimately the problem that they're trying to solve is, I really want to grow my business, but I am tired. I am maxed out, right? I can't
Yeah.
physically meet with more clients one on one than I am already. And right. And so if I want to take my business to the next level, I want to get to seven figures or whatever, can't do that. I mean, and I don't necessarily want to have a team. I don't, I want to keep things lean.
Right.
So that's where my brain starts going, and I start thinking, so the problem isn't, it's not with your gold is gold. It's
Yeah.
working. You are awesome as a coach, but what you need help with is, let's get that gold out of your brain and into a
Create
product that you can,
something.
yes,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
make something so that somebody, maybe it's a group coaching program, which is the same amount of
Sure.
time from you, but it's serving more people. Maybe it's a
Yes.
course, maybe it's some video assets that we could put together. So
Love
for
it.
me, it's, identifying this problem they have, and then what if you did nothing? How much would this problem start to cost you in terms of your
Ooh,
time,
it's nice to see
right? In
numbers
terms of
because your
your,
time is numbers. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So,
Nice to see
what would
that.
this start to, and and I think at that point, then we shift to, well, here's what I'm seeing, from my perspective, is there's some really easy, quick wins on how we could take this
Yeah.
knowledge, and then we kind of roll from there. But
I love
I'm
that.
asking a lot of questions and looking for the pain points of, I'm maxed out. Um, you
I
know,
wanna grow
I
more, but
I
I'm not. Yeah.
yeah, I want to do more, or I can't, if I want to go to Europe for a month and I really can't because there's no one and there's nothing
The money
to
still
be
needs
there
to
for my
come in while
clients.
I'm
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm going to flip it a little bit. So in the past, either your corporate life or in your other businesses since, what was the first thing you delegated, if you did, or outsourced in one of your businesses?
Oh man, this is good.
I asked every guest this one. So
This was hard, and this was hard as a solopreneur, right? Which is why when I talk to solopreneurs, I'm like, I get it. I'm you.
yeah, it's hard.
You're just in a different business. The first thing I delegated was, I got a CPA,
Hmm.
because I'm not married to one.
Not
I had to
either.
find a CPA. I hired one, and then I also hired a VA. I have
Nice.
like a VA that worked with me for a couple years, and it was scary to go
Yeah.
that,
Oh, for
where I'm
sure.
going to be, we contracted for a certain amount every month, and she basically said, she asked a lot of questions. What are your pain points? And I'm like, I hate writing emails, and I hate this and I really can't stand this. She's like, done, gone. And it was
I love that.
somebody, it
I'll do
was
that. Yeah.
glorious.
It's
And
unbelievable how many things you don't like to do that there are people that love to do it. It's so
she
crazy.
did. I was like, oh, I'm like, I don't have enough for a VA. And she's like, well, like, what is it? And I'm like, oh, it was email writing and it was managing the Facebook group and
Yeah.
things that felt really silly to me. And she was like, oh no,
I love it.
done,
You're flat
off
fee
your
done.
plate. She did
I
it
love
and
it.
it was magical. So I'm
Nice.
excited to get to the point where I could hire someone for this business. I have people that I can refer to now, and
Yeah.
if I need to hire, I will. I'm hoping I
Cool.
can, but I'm not quite there yet. But that
I have
is
faith in you. I know you. You're a go-getter like me. We are scrappy
some.
girls. We will
I am
we will
scrappy.
get shit done no matter what it
I'll
takes. We
get
will.
in there and be looking
Oh,
for help soon. So, but yeah, that
nice.
was a game changer. And then not having to cobble together my own books and
Ugh,
tax
amen.
returns.
Ugh.
Best money I've ever spent.
Well,
Tell
you are with the 99.9% of my guests that say bookkeeping and accounting is the first thing they outsource. So, that
Yeah.
is tried and true. I mean, like none of us, not none of us, but like that's that 0.1% that don't mind doing their own books. I
I
don't
mean,
blame
or just I don't
everybody
have
for
the
letting go of it.
knowledge. I'm
I don't
clearly
either.
not the best and the fastest for that. And there are people that do it and they are good at it.
Yes.
And let's get
And
this to them.
they're like about like I can only speak to the VA world, there's a bajillion of them out there, but there's also a bajillion bookkeepers out there. And like, how do you find
Mm-hmm.
your person? Right. Well, just wait,
Mm-hmm.
folks. Bonnie has some, scrappy stuff coming your way.
Ooh, I
And
bet you
one
do.
day it will happen. So bookkeepers are us. No, I'm kidding. That's not what it is.
Yeah. I love
Oh
another
my God.
business venture. I mean, we might have something there.
We might. Bookkeepers are us. And they are true and they are shutsy. Don't
Yes,
know.
true.
Oh my
See,
God.
it's a good
Okay.
word. It's a good
It
word.
is. True is it's cool. It's so cool because I've seen you have a cool last name because it just sounds like isn't that the name of a TV show too?
It was a TV show with vampires. Yes, I
I
know.
love vampire
I
shows.
was dating my husband, and he's like, "You want to watch the show?" And I'm like, "Okay." And I had no idea that it would someday be my last name, and here we are. So,
Here you are. Yeah, that's
yeah,
awesome. Well, congrats on marrying a nice, cool
thank
last name.
you.
I get
It's
Schutz.
very cool.
So I get Bonnie Schutz, Schutz, Schultz, whatever. You can't really mispronounce Trueblood. So
But
cool.
you know what? I will say a little sidebar. So my
Yeah.
husband, he grew up in the 80s. He said it wasn't a cool last name. Then he used to get
Mm,
picked on a lot because it was
really?
weird and it had blood in it. And now
Oh.
our son is 10 and he's like, it's cool.
Oh,
So
good. I was like, was your husband all emo?
because of, yeah, my husband's like, I had to endure some picking. And my son's like, no, it's cool. It's cool now. We made it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say that I can attest to I was with that businessman that we both support.
Hmm.
I was working with him for a while before Jessica came on board the team, and what a huge difference I saw from behind the scenes that happened when she did. And so, and him being introspective and knowing what he was good at and being able to delegate the rest. It's like, who else can be that smart? He's a smart.
Absolutely.
Um,
It being at the right time of him saying, and I
yeah.
think to me, so our first meeting, and he was like, I have this idea, and he's like, it's kind of crazy, and I'm like, you've said the
You
perfect
said my magic
words, my
word.
friend. So I have this
Challenge
crazy idea
accepted.
that I wanna have this program, and I don't have anything written down. And I'm like, perfect. I mean, that's to me, if you're sitting there
Oh,
thinking, yeah, but I don't have anything written down, it is not a problem. It is
that's good to know. I like
it
that.
is great. You don't have to have anything existing other than your business, what you're already doing with your clients, and the gold, the nuggets are in your head. I trust me, they're there, and we will
Nuggets are
get
in
them
your head.
close.
Love it. And sometimes it
Yep.
just takes another person to yank them out of there, right? We've all got
Absolutely.
them.
We're all so close to our businesses, Bonnie. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the same thing with my own business. I talk to someone else and they give me perspective on things because I'm so close. So you are in
Right.
your business every day and you're doing all the things. You cannot possibly do all the things.
No.
So to
I mean,
have
it's just
someone,
like take a
yeah.
chance and just
Oh,
explore what options you have. Like, I didn't know people like you existed before I met you and what you do. I had no
yeah,
clue. I am
yeah,
not a business major, and I stepped out of corporate as a secretary, like it doesn't
yeah.
bother me to say secretary, by the way. Um,
No, that's
I
okay.
stepped out
Yeah,
as
I
just
mean,
a secretary, but look at what I've done, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But I didn't know you existed, and I'm super happy to share that with the listeners that there are people that can help you pull the nuggets out.
well, and
That's cool.
and not only pull the nuggets out, but then maybe the second part is okay, so or maybe you have a book, right? You have it
Yeah.
written down, but you don't know what to do with that. Or you have a TED Talk, you have a video. It's not
Mhm.
putting a video on your website is not a program.
Right.
A video is not it's not a training and it's not a program. But what we can do is take that, right, and make that into something that you can sell. If you have a wait list, let's say you have a
Okay.
wait list of people that want to meet with you, Bonnie, or be have your services, and you're like, you know what, I'm booked until October, but if you go to my website, here's a
You can
course, or
get
you can
started with
join
this.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can join the group coaching session that starts in a month, and you're going to be in this cohort, and we're going to be learning together. People love that. And it's from you, it's the same amount of time, or maybe even less time, that you're giving to others that you
Right.
can now give to a small group and charge, charge big money for that
Get paid
experience.
for 5 times as much as you would one at a time,
Exactly.
and then you burn out, and then you can't get another one for a
Yeah.
while, and yeah.
Well, yeah, and then and then we record the videos, we make it into a course. Like we totally can reverse engineer into the point where you have a whole library of assets that you can use and sell,
Yeah.
and people can and get to experience you without having to wait or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So say we
that's the beauty.
pulled 2 of your golden nuggets out of your head to leave and as a takeaway for the listeners today.
Jeez.
When you think about delegation of the mind or literal delegation to an assistant, what
Yeah.
might you give as a couple pieces of advice or to just help them feel more confident about, yeah,
Hmm.
you maybe feel like a 10-pound weight of delegation you can handle, but I can help you get to the 50-pound weight if you do this, or, whatever. Be creative for me.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm like, now I'm thinking
Yeah.
how, I think for me, I get stuck with trying to be perfect sometimes.
Mm.
And I talked to a couple people that weren't quite ready to work. They're like, oh, I need to really perfect my coaching model. And I would say, don't wait. You're perfect right now, right? You're perfect
Aw.
right now. Where you are is perfect.
Okay.
And right, you'll never be ready. So it, like, from
No,
the instructional design world, no course was ever complete, and if it was,
no.
then there was something wrong. You're
And
always
they were wasting
publishing
their
it,
time.
and you will come back and read it, and you'll update it and change your approach. So maybe the first tip would be, um, don't wait. The perfect time, is right now, and
Love
whatever
it.
you have to offer, people want it, right? You just have to get
Ooh,
it in front of them. So I know
yeah,
they want it. People want to hear what you have. They
they
already
do.
do. They want to hear what you have to say. They read your newsletter. They want to be your coaching client. Maybe they just haven't. So let's work together now. And the second thing is, you know, let someone. And, oh, I got one. No, this is better. Okay, let me back up.
Please.
So people even for you, you spend your life and your time coaches. You are in service to others all day long. So let me be in service to you. This is your time. I know. I don't know where it just came to me. So you are in
Love it.
service to your clients all day, and this is your chance to let someone be in service for
Oh,
you and to help you.
I just
And you
felt
can
that in
just
my
kick that,
soul, girl.
right? Let me do that for you so
Ooh,
that
just
you
give me a
can
little like,
be what you need to be for other people. But
oh,
it's a
mm.
lot. Yeah.
It is a lot. I absolutely love that. And that is a perfect time to end this conversation on a high note and let everybody know that I will share all of Jessica's contact information, her LinkedIn, her company page, whatever she wants me to share. I will make
Yeah.
an introduction if you DM me on LinkedIn or something, and we'll bring her back if you need to talk about something
Yeah.
in general, or you just send me a DM. Happy to make introductions and talk more about what she does at any time. With that, delegate, people. Elevate your mind to the people that can do the things you can't do or that you don't have time to do because you need to do what did you I already forgot. This is
Doing
my
other
mental thing.
things.
Yes, you're serving others, right? So let them serve you. Because that is like a beautiful merriment between the whole thing. So thank you so much, Jessica, for being on the show today. I'm so happy to have had you. And go get done, will you?
Get done.
Bye.
Bye.
So that's it for today's episode of Delegate to Elevate. Head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen and subscribe to the show. One lucky listener every single week that posts a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes will win a chance in the grand prize drawing to win a $15,000 private VIP day with Bonnie herself. Be sure to head on over to delegatetoelevatepodcast.com. That's with the number 2. And pick up a free copy of Bonnie's gift and join us on the next episode. Have you ever felt frustrated, overwhelmed, or stuck wasting time in admin instead of growing, leveraging, and scaling your business? Then this podcast is for you. Welcome to Delegate to Elevate, the podcast that's all about handing off what you don't need to do so you can focus on what you do best. So here's your host, Bonnie Schutz